They might even yank this guy from the truth. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to say this.
I think you have to add that.
Good evening, everyone.
I think I have to say the opposite, whatever I'm saying.
So the evening finds you well. I came to bring about a bit of evening cheer as I head into my place of employ.
Just blindly go out there.
Yeah.
So it is not absurd.
I'm actually listening to something right now, a talk radio, really is a comedian, but it's a political commentator, and that's the word I'm looking for. A political commentator discussed Julian Assange. I don't know whether or not a lot of you follow that the WikiLeaks guy, Julian Assange, the one who had revealed all this information in regards to, I guess, the war and but just all types of information, even even down to the point we found out information about Hillary Clinton's campaign, and they had something had leaked out, whereas she was instructed to dodge Black Lives Matters questions, and it was something else that nevertheless it was some nefariousness that was found out through WikiLeaks, and I guess this is kind of like sparked the Russiagate type of thing going on, because the suspicion was that the information, I guess, was garnered by Russian sources, and that's where the accusations kind of, in my mind, this is my opinion, that's where the accusations about Russia being involved in Donald Trump's campaign and influencing the vote, because black woke websites and other websites were talking about really Hillary Clinton's history. And I can say this because I was one of the people that were being being an African American black person, or I identify myself as nigga. They automatically presume that you are a Democrat. At that point, and really really prior to Obama's second term, I call Barack Obama Obama because he's my bro. Prior to his second term, I become disenchanted with the Democratic Party, because all this hope and change and we can believe in, and all the articulation and cadence and symbolism and wow, just all kind of stuff. This, we've come a long way, baby. A black man in power, a blackish man in power. He wasn't descended from slaves. He might have been descended from slave masters. So really, it's like you got the slave master's bastard child. I mean, it is what it is, man. His father didn't marry his mama. The slave master's bastard's child on the mother's side, perhaps, allegedly, in my opinion, being represented. And then on the other side, you have a continental Kenyan African who has practically no interest as far in relation to the descendants of the enslaved people that were known as nigger, with the hard ER, because they weren't given names, they were treated as chattel livestock. But the word, and I say the word nigger, that the origin of that word extends far beyond American, far beyond slavery in the annals of history. But let me not get off my point. Julian Assange, he according I don't know if you can call them news reports. America is seeking to finally extradite Julian Assange to America to face trial. Now, journalism. You know, when it comes to journalism and finding out information and, you know, presenting it, you're not you generally are not supposed to have to be provoked or intimidated to get to let that what your source is known, what source you've used. So it's like, well, I guess that's the route there that the good Mr. Assange took, and that made him a pariah. So he's been on the run for all this time, and all through these presidencies, I guess part of Obama's. The good mean Master Donald, and now finally we've come into kind Master Joe Biden's term. And you know, Joe Biden, you know, they're so concerned about, you know, what you as the citizen hears. You know, they have to make sure that your information is not misinformation or disinformation. You know, I don't know what metric or whose interest they filter that, you know, that determination of what is misinformation or disinformation for myself personally. But nevertheless, you know, they want the Julian Assange, you know, it's pretty much, and I mean, I can only go by evidence, and this is just from historical evidence, and this is just just me speaking. You know, I believe once Mr. Assange arrives to America, I would hope that he has considerable. Well, I mean that they'll put him in a position where he'll be watched carefully. But you know, it all ties back to the point. Well, while us people were tapping away on the internet, you know, I don't know if people remember. But they were applauding. The Democratic Party was applauding when Barack Obama got elected for his first term, because what he was able to do was he was able to galvanize online support. So with that ability to galvanize such online support, what that goes to show is that if we get the proper amount of money and resources behind something like this, we can also influence who's elected or who's selected. And we also could undermine a candidate if they're in a position of winning or losing. So Julian Assange. So and it goes back to this when the WikiLeaks thing was coming out, there was a lot of information that was being released. It was enough information being released where the governments were concerned about the information that was being that WikiLeaks was on WikiLeaks. So now they got the opportunity to get Julian, and all in the course of this, you know, we go online, and you know, the way that I use the internet long ago has been considerably constrained since then. You know, the things I'm able to say, you know, and you know, my comfort in searching whatever particular content, no weirdo shit, you know what I'm saying? But there's certain stuff you used to feel more comfortable in searching, but now, you know, Google's pretty much damn near crafted itself onto your brainstem. So it's like, well, now I've heard that we haven't seen her in a while, but Miss Chucks and Pearls, she's coming out with a task force against an online task force. You know, I guess they tied in gender discrimination and how people are bullies to genders online, and somehow that also ties into shootings at schools, and you know, social media apparatuses provoke people to do things just because they get on there and look at the stuff on there. The populace is supposed to be responsible for the weakest of the minds. I don't know, man. All I can say is this. I say all this to say this. there's a time there, pretty much it's been a time, and it hasn't never necessarily stopped, because you can still find out new shit coming out every day in regards to the COVID, whatever the corona pandemic, and how the response to the pandemic, and how all this money got transferred all the way up to the most wealthy people in the world. And meanwhile, the small businesses were ravaged, and now they're trying. I think there's been a study that came out that the lockdowns weren't even that affected. So you basically was staying in the house and, not able to really go out and do shit for about a year or so for nothing, because the lockdowns didn't necessarily stop the spread. Now, and I'm pretty sure that eventually, like how people had to go and their loved ones were dying and they weren't able to go visit them at their deathbeds because, the COVID, the corona. It's going to come out that wasn't a factor either. But I just get on here and talk, man. I'm building. But I'm at Candyland, where I take my stand and I make my bands. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Who's on here? My brother Dave is on here. I got the sunlight shining in my eyes, so I can't really see. Okay, I see something. Yeah, man. But yeah, I gotta go on get ready to go in. I think I got 5 more minutes. Maybe I come right back. All right, peace and love, brother David. Thank you for tapping in with me, man. Holla. Hold on, let me just take my glasses off. I like to show my mood. The sunlight in my face.